Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Entertainment Hour. Before we get to the intros, we'll just give you what we're going to be talking about. We're going to say goodbye to Mr. Baseball. We're going to have some other topics, our 10 or less, the birthdays, all the other stuff, and much, much more. Hopefully, we can make some humor out of it. And before we start the show, let me give you a discretion.
Warning. The following program may contain content that some individuals may find sensitive or graphic. Viewer discretion is strongly advised as it discusses topics that may not be suitable for all audiences. The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the host and guests and do not reflect the views or opinions of the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network.
It's me. That's going to be me. So, yeah, just look out for that. All right, so let's go.
This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
New.
All right, that was fun, wasn't it? Was that Mr. Rogers? Anyway, welcome to Entertainment Hour. I'm James Gonzalez, the Joan Rivers of C2C, but I don't have the legs of Mary Hart like on Entertainment Tonight. At least I don't right now. Beside me, of course, is Randy, or AKA Dragon Viper. Hopefully he's doing well tonight, wherever he may be in Oregon. Guessing it's pretty cold, but be sure to watch all of the programming here on C2C. You can see Dragon Viper, by the way, on Between the Ropes on Sunday nights, Mondays, right? Dragon Viper?
Sunday nights.
Sunday nights. Probably a lot to discuss. Before that, though, Morning Tailgate with me, Chris, and whomever else will show. You got C2C at night with me and Callan. Press Rail on Tuesday night with Callan, and then Wednesday Sports Hour, Thursday Kicking It, and then do it all over again on Friday. Hopefully have some other programming coming on. Now, Dragon Viper, we did have a death yesterday, and this one hurts. I mean, I know I say that a lot, but this one, because I love the game of baseball, and he was known as Mr. Baseball, and that's Bob Uecker. He passed away yesterday on Thursday morning at 90 years of age. He's gone through health problems probably the last decade or so. And, of course, as I mentioned, he was known as Mr. Baseball. He was in the movies of Major League, all three, where he was known as Harry Doyle. He was the announcer that just said what he wanted to say, and it was so fun. And what I found out were a lot of the things he said were ad-libbed. They weren't in the script. So it was great to hear that. He was on the TV show as a sports writer on Mr. Belvedere. I've never seen it, but maybe I will soon. There was one co-star, the daughter, that mentioned that was interviewed and locally on Milwaukee television. I think on the Fox affiliate there. He was, speaking of Milwaukee, he was the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers for 54 years. He did MLB on NBC, ABC before that. So he was all over the place, MLB Network. He went into the Hall of Fame in 2003 in the MLB, and he had a tremendous, funny Hall of Fame speech. If you got, I think, 19 minutes on YouTube, they have this Hall of Fame speech. It is just the funniest thing to see all the Hall of Famers behind him just crack up. All these big baseball players just crack up all through it. It was just amazing. And Dragon Viper, I found out he was in the WWF Hall of Fame in 2010. I don't know if you confirmed that.
I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think he voiced pay-per-view show or events, and he was the voice in the 80s, I want to say, or 90s. I wasn't sure. I wanted to ask you about that.
That's where I was going to come in at, was the fact that that's the only way I knew about him was he was actually at WrestleMania 3, and he did an interview with Andre the Giant in the backstage area. So he's the one. I mean, and he was like trying to compare Andre the Giant's hands or something, and he wrapped around Bob, Uecker's throat. Just playing around and everything. But yeah, that's the only way I knew about him. But yeah, it was WrestleMania 3 back in '87.
Wow, I think I've seen a little bit of that because the throat, that reminds me of something. He was also popular. Uecker was on the Miller Lite commercials. I must be in the front row, and then they put him all the way up in the nosebleeds. All the bar scenes in the commercials with all the other athletes and entertainers. They're just all over on YouTube if you want to go find that. And then he was a regular on Johnny Carson since the 70s. Whenever Milwaukee would come out and play the California Angels, or later on the Dodgers, he would come on Johnny Carson's show. Or no, he wouldn't be a Dodger. He wouldn't face the Dodgers, but the Angels, he would go up and be on the Tonight Show. And he made probably the most appearances ever. And I believe he made Johnny laugh the most, other from Don Rickles. So it's just something to definitely admire. Again, Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, passed away yesterday at the age of 90. And that is just, that one hurts, like I mentioned. All right, some quick news stories, and there's just a bunch of them out here. I'm going to run through them. Dragon Viper, if you want to, just come in after the story that you hear and let me know what you think about it. All right, so the Home Alone mansion, I'm guessing from one, the first movie, that's sold for $5.5 million. It's just amazing to think. And it was on the market in less than a year. So think about that. The Winnetka, Illinois home was first listed at $5.25 million in May of 24, but the new owners really wanted their slice of holiday movie history. And someone paid that much. So Tim and Tricia Johnson bought the place in 2012 for $1.585 million, and it went all the way up to that much. And they gave it a revamp and expansion back in 2018. They even got a movie room in there with the big Home Alone poster, and then a Lego of Macaulay Culkin. So it's just something to really admire, I guess. If you got that much money and you spend it on that, that's just crazy to me. What else happened? Let's go. Aaliyah. So she passed away. I can't believe it's been that long, but 24 years ago. And she's been honored with a Barbie doll. She passed away, of course, in a plane accident in 2001, just at the tender age of 22. She would have been 46 on January 16th. So she's going to get her own Barbie doll. And it's just, I think that one still hurts, and just the story around it too is just awful. Being, a small plane and all the equipment on it, it just never had a damn chance. It felt like. Let's see. Jessica Simpson and Eric Johnson broke up after 10 years of marriage. They had three kids: Maxwell, Ace, and Birdie. Can you imagine naming your kid Birdie? Anyway, 10 years of marriage gone. I guess it happens. Eric Johnson, I think he was a former NFL tight end. If that's who I'm thinking of. All right, let's see. Nope, that's not it. Some rappers recently got into some, not issues, I would say, but one issue here. Method Man, short for Mr. Meth, move it on your left. A report was filed after an alleged gym fight where he just beat down his daughter's ex-girlfriend, or boyfriend, I should say. He's denying the allegations, but it happened in Staten Island, New York, Crunch Gym. And Method Man is accused again of punching him multiple times in the face, leaving the man in pain and dizzy. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Okay, Kid Cudi. You remember him. Man, he looks so much different now from the picture I have from TMZ. But he had a home intruder get comfy, eats his food, and used his shower. So he lives in the LA area, and he was burglarized by an intruder. But yeah, he used the pantry, he used the bathroom, got a shower. It was Wednesday this week around 5 p.m. A shirtless man was seen on the security system just hanging out in the kitchen. Of course, the authorities were called, or sheriffs were called, rushed to the estate of Kid Cudi, caught the guy red-handed, excuse me. But yeah, just an odd thing. I don't know how he got in, or the door was open. Who knows? But that's just crazy to me. Oh yeah, Busta Rhymes, another rapper here. He turned himself in to the cops after an alleged fight with an assistant. He's facing multiple assault charges after an alleged altercation with his assistant in New York City. It all went down January 10th. He got in an argument with Dashiell Gables over being on his phone during work hours in the lobby of his condo in downtown Brooklyn. I mean, Buster, sometimes he does these things, and it's just weird. But recently he had a song come out too, and it was kind of good. But yeah, just weird time. All right, TikTok is getting banned, I think, on January 19th, so it's got a couple of days left. A lot of people use it. I don't. It was used a lot, of course, on this network by I think Jason. No, not Jason. One of the barbers, Ace or Adam Barber, for kicking it. He would get all these, funny videos and videos that make you think, whatever the case was. But it's one app that will probably be gone. A lot of other similar apps like Red Note and Lemon 8 are being used as well. But the Chinese social media platform is gone. And it's just funny because a lot of people are going to have to find work again, or see if YouTube and Instagram can go off and those reels, being played on all three. But a lot of people made money off of TikTok. And so it's just funny to see that happen. But the powers that be are trying to save it before it gets banned here. And, that's, Monk, Elon, what's his name? Elon Musk, President-elect Trump, and then the guy in Shark Tank's trying to buy it as well. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Dragon Viper, do you have TikTok? And are you sad that it's going to be banned?
Okay, well, I'm here to update you. Actually, it's not going to be banned after all.
What?
Yeah, I just found out that things happened just recently, and they aren't going to ban it. But to answer your question, I do have one, but I'm hardly ever on it because of the fact that, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like there's more fake people on there lately than real people, and I don't know. I lost interest in it. I mean, I know I get sent videos and some of it's from TikTok, but I don't ever really get on there anymore.
Yeah, I only got it because, people would send me something, and then I would have to either
Yep.
avoid downloading it or just try to watch the video on Google or something. But Gene says hello
Hi, Mom.
to us. Hello, yes, Gene. Excuse me, some news about LA wildfires that are still going on. Well, at least the smoke is still going on, but the Critics' Choice Awards of 2025 have been officially rescheduled. It was scheduled for January 12th, but postponed to January 26th. No, and then it's been rescheduled to February 7th. So obviously, there's still issues going on up there. It was supposed to be, in Santa Monica, and that's where all the smoke is going by. So that's obviously not going to happen. But what will happen is a benefit concert, and this one has some tremendous names. It's over where the LA Clippers play. Let's see, Intuit Dome. So this Fire Aid benefit concert, January 30th, 2025, at both the Kia Forum and Intuit Dome. So both places will be used down the street from one another. So Billie Eilish and Phoenix will be careful. Dave Matthews and John Mayer, Earth, Wind and Fire, Gracie Abrams, Gwen Stefani, Green Day, Jelly Roll, Joni Mitchell, and Katy Perry are on one side. And then Lady Gaga, Little Baby, Pink, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rod Stewart, Stephen Stills, Stevie Nicks, Sting, and Tate McRae. There's a few I don't know, but go to fireaidla.org to, I think, buy tickets on there. But man, there's among 15 acts there, and it would be 2 weeks from now, and it's for a great cause. And speaking of, what's going on there, and we haven't heard from Dave Grohl in a while, but he helped make meals for families displaced by the wildfires. I think this is the first time he's shown himself out in public since he got caught, I guess, cheating on his wife. But he volunteered his time, like you've seen other celebrities do that as well. Jennifer Gardner, and then Jay Leno was down there at the Rose Bowl and at Santa Monica, delivering the hot food to the firefighters there and first responders. So props to those celebrities, and I know others have donate their money and time as well. Some other things going on. Ricky Lake, I know you haven't heard that name in a while, says medium Tyler Henry predicted her house burning down 3 months ago. Now, I don't know if she's lying or not, but Ricky Lake said on January 11th that the medium said that the house would go down. I don't know if we want to believe that, but it is just, I don't know, odd, or maybe you believe in that stuff. I don't, but maybe it's coincidence. I have no idea. But it's just a sad thing overall. Mel Gibson, back in the news. Not only is he going to be on the the Hollywood Senate for President-elect Trump, but others will as well. John Voight, and there's another one out there. But his house burned down while filming Joe Rogan's podcast, and that was on January 9th. And he learned, I think, on the show that his Malibu house burned down on January 7th, but this came out on January 9th. I mean, it's just weird, these stories coming out. And also, I think one more last one before we get to what's out coming in theaters. But the FBI and I think the National Guard are still outside Ben Affleck's house amid all the wildfires going on. There were 2 FBI agents, 2 sheriff deputies outside of his house, and the National Guard I've seen as well. But they're there as part of an investigation related to the wildfire. Maybe it was lit near there, whatever the case was. But they weren't looking for him, but they're near the house. It's just weird. But it was part of the Palisades fire. It could be unauthorized drone activity. We'll know more, I think, about that. That's just weird to see that. But yeah, Ben Affleck, obviously big star. When we last talked about him, he went to go to his ex's Jennifer Gardner's house and to escape the fires. So it's weird to hear about that. All right, some new movies coming out in theaters. There's One of Them Days. It has Keke Palmer, SZA. I don't know how to say that, but it's a I don't know how to say this, but it's a film just for certain people, I would say. Wolfman is a scary one. It has a mom and a daughter. That should be interesting there. If you like a scary movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is out. Den of Thieves Part 2, Pantera. I didn't even know there was a second one. Mona 2 is out there as well. Still got Wicked. There was one I did want to mention that is coming out this weekend. Let's see. And this one was just interesting, but I don't have it here. The Goonies will be 40 years. They will have anniversaries at certain theaters. I think they're going to put it on. Yeah, I don't have any more movies, but any of that Dragon Viper you wanted to talk about?
Sorry.
Mufasa the Lion King. One.
I don't know. I mean, Wolfman probably, but other than that, nothing really seems interesting to me.
Yeah, it's a weird time. Oh, Better Man. I The Last Showgirl. Okay, so this has Pamela Anderson in it, and it's a really interesting movie, and I haven't seen her in years. A Complete Unknown was the Bob Dylan movie. I still haven't went out to see that, but that would probably be the two, just to see what Pamela Anderson, what the movie's about. It seems like just I don't want to say a behind the scene look, but it's called The Last Showgirl. She's known as Shelley. She's a glamorous showgirl who must plan for her future after her show closes after a 30-year run. So, okay. I don't know if I would go watch that, but all right, Dragon Viper. So, let's talk about your reaction to the WWE or Raw, I think it was, on Netflix. Did you like it? And I believe there's a show here in San Diego tonight. And I don't know if it's tape delayed or not, but there was a show, I believe, last week in LA, I want to say.
Yeah. I thought it's pretty good on there. It's easier for me to watch now. And I'm still waiting for them to upload the older programs from, because they still haven't uploaded the older programs from 2002 to 2020 or something like that. So I'm still waiting for them to upload those. But for Raw, it's nice it's on Netflix now because I'm able to watch it, like I said. And you mentioned about it being in, WWE being in San Diego. You're right, because I saw Callan actually post something on Facebook mentioning that he was actually going to his first SmackDown show in 17 years. So, that'll be fun for him. But yeah, I like it. And I know my mom's saying she can't watch it anymore, and that's when she needs to talk to my brother about getting Netflix. So, but yeah, anyway, I kind of like it. I mean, they talk about not having too many time restraints and and stuff like that, like regular TV does. So I'm kind of interested on seeing where this is going to go from here on out on Netflix.
Any buffering issues?
I didn't have any.
Good. I know that was one big worry.
I mean, I didn't watch it live either. I actually watched it at work one night. But yeah, I mean, when it came to, watching the already, the replay, there weren't any issues. So
that's good to hear. I was hoping that would go as smooth, because how much did they pay to get it?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember the millions or whatever it was. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so another topic here. Do we own celebrity or famous autographs or memorabilia? For me, I'm trying to think if I have anything signed at all. I know I had, was it Johnny Mountain or Dallas Raines, the local ABC7 in Los Angeles weathermen. I think I have Dallas Raines' autograph. I have some like Raider autographs, but I don't have much, any autographs or anything like that, or memorabilia. What about you? Do you have anything, you can say, hey, I'm never going to sell this. I got this autograph. How about anything you got?
For probably, I want to say a year and a half, I was doing what Ace would do. In fact, he talked me into it, and then, it went on for a little while, but I would actually go on to the wrestling sales sites on Facebook, and I'd buy, the wrestling photos with signatures and buy different memorabilia. I do have a WWE belt. It's not signed because, well, for one, it'd be hard to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to sign it, and for two, I don't want to make it lose any value of it. And so I do have photos that are signed, and a lot of them I'm actually trying to sell right now. And then I do have a Dallas Cowboy helmet that was signed by Dak Prescott. I have the certificate of authenticity that proves that it was signed by him. So I do have those things, but I quit buying online, things like that. So I am selling photos, but other than that, that's pretty much all I have for celebrity memorabilia that are signed.
Tell you what, you want to give it a shout out? What you're selling?
No, I'm just selling WWE photos that are signed, male, female. I mean, I've got it on eBay right now. Got them on eBay, and
shout out the channel.
Huh?
Shout out your channel on eBay.
I don't know the actual channel, but okay. I mean, I have like a whole entire 210 photos that I'm trying to sell. So, if people want to look at photos, and they may end up finding mine. It's just too much of a list to list on here, but I mean, yeah, just go on eBay. You may end up seeing my stuff. So
yeah, I got an eBay channel as well. I don't have anything signed, I don't think, or it was already like printed or whatever. That's about as far as I know that I have anything like that. All right. Jean mentions here that she has some wrestlers and some singers autographs. I would love to know what singers she's got. Elvis would be amazing if you found something like that. All right. Let's get to, of course, photographs she mentions as well. Nickelback. let's get to some celebrity birthdays. You know I love this part of the show, Randy, and also I don't have Chris here to hijack, the age either one before me or one after me. It is annoying as hell, but we'll see him Sunday, of course.
All right. So I do have a few of celebrities on here that have passed away only because of how big their names are. So I did write them down, and I did say what their age would have been today as well. So this should be interesting. But first off, we have Jake Paul. We know who Jake Paul is, the moron that blocked Mike Tyson, whose brother is even more of an egotistical moron. Anyway, yeah, Jake Paul.
Gosh, 28.
Close, 27. And then I ended up again. I put this person down because of how big this person's name is, but Betty White.
Oh, she was in the news recently too. She fat shamed someone, but I can't remember who.
My mom guessed 3 years old for Jake Paul. Yeah,
I put that 3, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's not far off."
But she was born in 1922, died in 2021, which I'm surprised it's already been 4 years.
It feels like last year.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay. That's something. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gene. I think, or no, it's 103. I think.
Close, 104. So, yeah, 104 years old. Then we have Zoe Deschanel, who's the sister, Emily Deschanel's sister, and Zoe was on Bones and Elf.
Oh, it's the non-annoying one. Oh no, it is the annoying one.
I don't know.
Zoe's the annoying one.
I thought Emily was, but
Emily is the no, am I getting my Emily's and Zoe? Zoe's the annoying one. Emily is the her chin is just like just a skull. It's amazing to see that, I should say. So Zoe, 46.
Close, 45.
I'd never seen New Girl, but I heard it's funny for both men and women when that was on, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. And then we have funny guy, everybody knows him, Jim Carrey.
63.
Close, 62. You have been close by one so far.
So I love him, and I think I have a little bit in him because my brother Jimmy's the same way, where they're just funny but awkward at the same time. And I think that we get that from Jim. I mean, think of how many roles he's been in. Just Living Color. I just love Jim Carrey, and the funniest people come from Canada. It feels like.
Yeah, he can play any role.
I'll tell you.
Any role. I mean, he's best at comedy, but he can play any role in any movie.
What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
I don't know. That's conflicting because there's so many that are my favorite from him.
I like Men on the Moon. That was really good.
Yeah, good movie. And then another one that passed away last year. James Earl Jones.
Oh my God, we talked about him too.
Yep. Born 1931, died in 2024.
So 103.
No.
Would have been
his age?
Yeah.
No.
102.
94.
Oh no, 94. Duh. Gene mentions that was a good one. I actually love that movie, and I watched it with my mom a long time ago on summer vacation. And by the way, the kid is a radio producer on Fox Sports Radio. I forget Justin. Damn, I forget his name. Justin something, but I hear him like every weekday overnight. He'll come on and he'll do the updates or whatever.
And then we have Lil Jon.
Yeah.
That rapper, Lil Jon.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get crunk.
Believe it or not, he's older than what he looks like.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen him in so long, but I think he's 57.
No, 53.
Damn it.
He's not that old yet.
It's just amazing though. It's like when these rappers start, we were talking about rappers earlier, at least I was, but like how long they've been around. But with Lil Jon, he was doing, smaller stuff. And then once 2002 hit, it was nonstop, hits forever. And yeah, he's a generational figure. I really believe that.
And then we have another one who passed away, 1942 to 2016, Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Like a bee.
What was the one thing he said? I'm so quick, I could turn the light switch off, get into bed, and the light would still be on before it goes off. I love that saying. God, what was he?
How old would he be today?
80. I'll say 80.
No, 85.
85. Jeez.
Then we have Steve Harvey.
Uh-oh. Man. Oh, did Cat Williams kill him last year around this time? I used to love him, but now I see the, hypocrisy about him.
My coworker actually listens to to all these prank calls on YouTube about the Steve Harvey morning show. And
it had Ricky Smiley, huh?
Calls and
yeah, I've never heard those.
He always listens to it in the morning, and I'm just like, oh my god, some of those are just funny as hell. But
I gotta listen to those. But weird thing about him, he used to have a morning show, and on my way to school on 9/11, I was listening to his morning show, and like, of course, you didn't want to laugh that day, but it was just weird having him get on there. Love his show, even though he stole it from Mark Curry and hanging with Mr. Cooper allegedly. He was good at stand-up, but not good anymore, I guess. Family Food, which I'll watch here and there, I guess. I always thought he looked like Mr. Potato Head. Oh, jeez. He's got to... Yeah, I'm going to go with what Gene said, 64.
Close, 68. He doesn't even look 68.
No, it's all the makeup on his talk show and on Family Feud.
And then going on to another one who died, 1949 to 1984, Andy Kaufman.
That's just weird. I was just talking about, Men on the Moon and Jim Carrey.
Yep.
And God, that
interesting how Andy Kaufman and Jim Carrey have the same birthday.
And he played that role to a T.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I want to go watch it after this, but there's so much else on. You said 46?
He was born in 49 and he
49.
died in 84.
Okay. So he would be come on, James. 84.
Nope, not even close.
74.
75.
75. Yeah, 75. I keep going 10 years.
Then we have, everybody knows this guy, Kid Rock.
Oh, he's going to be at the Lions game and probably on January 20th in DC. What was that one song he had
There's a lot he's
by
had.
himself? Not the Sheryl Crow one picture. I was
No.
trying to think of his songs back in the day.
Well, let's see. Ball at the Bob.
That's it.
Only God Knows Why. American Badass.
Ball to the bog, the bang, the bang, diggy. I love that song.
Cowboy.
I'm a cowboy, man. 57.
Close. Mom's actually closer. 54. And then we have another one who passed away, 1927 to 2008. Eartha Kitt, who did Santa Baby.
Oh wow. You said 27, so 90 98.
Yep, you got that one.
I'm doing math.
And then we have I don't know how much you liked 80s pop or
I love it.
but Paul Young.
Every time you go away from me, you take a little piece or whatever.
Yeah.
They used to play that when the Angels would lose a game and you're making your way out of the stadium. They used to play that. Now it's just silence. It's just weird. Anyway, 67.
Close. 69.
Damn it.
And then next we have born in 1899 to 1940, died in 1947, Al Capone.
Hey, well, I mean, see, Chicago was bad before him or before others. Yeah. You said 1899. Jeez.
Yeah.
So 25. So he would be 125.
Close.
100,
126.
126. Okay. Yeah.
Mom said 150.
Eventually, yeah.
And then we have Maury Povich.
Oh my gosh. Now listen, all those years when I stayed home from school or a summer vacation, I look back and think, why the hell was I watching, these single, mothers or whomever run off the stage and the camera following her because Tyrone isn't the father. The baby looks nothing like me. He literally had a normal talk show and then it turned in just to paternity, findings.
Yeah, it did.
And people loved it. It's just crazy to think. And his wife, I think, is Connie Chung. I want to say.
I don't know who his wife is.
But I think he's old. Like he's old as hell. He's 82. I'll say.
Close. 85.
Yeah.
And then we have Robert F. Kennedy Jr., one of the only Kennedys that has not been assassinated.
Oh, see, I was thinking his father. Never mind.
And you're right about Maury Povich. He was married to Connie Chung.
That's what I thought, because both of them came up in the New York news, local news, syndicate where they would be on different channels or something.
So Mom said,
oh, yeah, thank you. I thought I knew something. Who'd you mention again? I'm sorry.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, he's got to be older now, of course. All of them have the same accent, by the way. 59. No idea.
Nope, 70.
No.
And then we have Mick Taylor, who is the guitarist for the Rolling Stones.
Oh my God, they're skinning skeletons. They're still out there touring, from what I remember. 81.
No, 76.
76. Okay. He's the youngest out of all of them. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it has to be. And then moving on to tomorrow. And tomorrow, here's a few surprises. Kevin Costner.
Wow. You'll see him on Yellowstone. He's made all those great sports movies and documentary voices. His speeches go on forever, though. That's the one thing I don't like about him. He knows how to make a room go to sleep. Nothing against him, but he does his research. He loves history. 64.
Nope, not even close. Mom was closer.
70.
Actually, it's 70.
Wow. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And then we have the lead singer of Korn, Jonathan Davis.
I didn't even know the lead singer's name. 51.
Close, 54.
Ugh, wow.
And then we have country singer Mark Colley, Born to Love You, and Even the Man in the Moon is Crying.
61.
Nope, 69. Mom
Wow.
would know who that was. And then we have Batista.
The wrestler, I'm guessing?
Yeah, the wrestler turned actor.
52.
No, actually, he's older than I thought. 56.
I heard the name, but I can't even put a face to it.
Guardians of the Galaxy. If you've seen that,
Never. None of them.
I haven't either. But and then I don't know. I think you mentioned something about watching wrestling in the past. If you remember Ted DiBiase Sr.,
No idea.
$1 Million Man.
The name sounds familiar. Probably like 70.
Yeah, close, 71.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
And then here's in your forte, NFL. He was in the Panthers, the Bears, and the Packers.
Julius Peppers.
Yep. Good call. I knew him from the Panthers. I didn't know he was in the Bears and Packers.
Went to North Carolina. He's been retired now for a good, feels like 5 years. I think he's trying to get in the Hall of Fame. I think he's 44 now.
Oh, he'll be 44 till tomorrow. So yeah, 45 tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, if you got the names of the teams, let me try to guess who it is.
Names of the teams?
Yeah, like you just did with Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
Like, don't say the name.
That's the only one from the NFL
okay.
I got. And then the last one I have, born 1882, died 1956. A.A. Milne, who is the one that made Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You said 18. So 133.
Oh, actually 143.
43. I was off. Wow. It's just weird because you don't think of him, when I think Winnie the Pooh, I didn't know that was made all the way whenever it was. Wow.
But yeah, he's the one that made Winnie the Pooh, and yeah, so I thought that was interesting and had to do his age. So
yeah.
But anyway, and that's all I've got for birthdays.
And guess what? As old as he is, honey is still sticky after all those years.
Oh, geez.
I guarantee it. It still is. All right, so our 10 or less topics here, and we'll get out of here. Our favorite Disney movies as a child. And Jean mentions it was before she was born with Winnie the Pooh. So Disney movies, it could be like from television, from the channel, or it could be, like regular movies from that, from Disney. I'll start with you though. I want to see what you got before what I have.
Okay, and before I do that, I looked it up, and Winnie the Pooh was first published on October 14th of 1926,
See, that's freaking crazy.
and it was inspired by the toys of his son Christopher Robin.
That sounds familiar. Okay.
So
The,
anyway, that little history there for you.
Thank you. Wow.
Anyway, Disney movies as a kid. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh.
Angels in the Outfield.
That's my favorite.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Nightmare Before Christmas. Homeward Bound 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Blank Check.
Oh no, that was Disney. I love that movie.
Aladdin 1 and 2. I didn't care for the third one. Brave Little Toaster.
Yes.
I forgot Bambi. My mom chose Bambi, but
Mhm.
A Goofy movie. Lion King. And then some honorable mentions: Beauty and the Beast, Fantasia, Ferngully, and The Jungle Book.
Yeah, the two that you had with Blank Check and a Goofy movie, I would watch those all the time. And looking back, a Blank Check of how the FBI agent was, hanging out with the kid all the time. I consider him to be the luckiest kid on the face of the earth.
Well, Facebook said that it wouldn't pass nowadays only because of the fact of the age, with her being as old as she was and him being a kid.
God, I gotta watch that again. But yeah, that's where I got it from, that Facebook post. And I just wanted him, and Richie Rich had like the houses I would want, where it had the basketball gym and the McDonald's in the house. That was Richie Rich. And then Macintosh had I love that. Macintosh was his fake name. He had the slide from inside going to the pool outside. I would have loved that. What's his name is in it? The rapper as one of the bad guys.
Tone Loc.
Tone Loc, thank you. He was great in that. Like, that's it. I've only seen him in that movie, but he was so funny in that because his voice is the same all the way through.
Oh yeah.
All right, so mine was Angels in the Outfield, and then The Big Green. It was a soccer movie in Texas, and I just love that movie. And Steve Guttenberg is in there as Deputy Dog, the sheriff. Double Teamed. It's not what you think. It's a Disney Channel movie.
Oh, I knew what that one is.
I'm sorry. It's these twins that played basketball at Palos Verdes high school. They move from somewhere. They end up in the WNBA. But I love that movie growing up. Xenon, the Girl of the 21st Century. Great Disney movie. And always wondered, if we would get the things that they got in that movie now, and we don't. Escape to Witch Mountain, which I have to see again. But that one was like mysterious and haunting. I would watch it at night. I couldn't go to sleep after a while, but it was majestic for sure. Brink was again another Disney Channel movie, and it was about like street skating and competitions. It had the dude from Police Academy was the father, and he skated before. They had the a-hole, guy of the other team, always, doing some stupid. But that movie I love. Susie Q had the Pink Power Ranger.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Thank you. I love that movie. And it's again, a Disney Channel movie, but I used to watch it all the time as well. And they based it off, I know, a song which has been done twice, but she was a crush back in the day. Freaky Friday, speaking of crushes, two of my favorite women are in that movie. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. Just funny movie, but based off the original, of course. First Kid was I think it was a Disney movie. I think it was, but with Sinbad.
It was.
Yeah, and it was the president's kid that Sinbad was, kind of guarding or securing or whatever, and try to make him cool in the private school. And I just love that movie. And then I think you'll like this one. It was My Date with the President's Daughter. It had what's his name from Boy Meets World in it. And it's almost like First Kid, but it has the first daughter in it, and the dude from Boy Meets World comes in and wait, I'm getting my no. Was he in Boy Meets World? I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
it's Will Friedle.
Will Friedle, yeah, he was in yeah.
He was Eric in Boy Meets World.
I'm getting all the white kids all mixed up, but yeah, he's in there, and it was just a funny, quirky movie, and I gotta go watch it again somewhere. I think it's on YouTube. Hopefully, it doesn't get shut down. All right, so our favorite reality shows. So this is probably from like 2000 to now, I'll say. For me, I'll start this one because I have a lot, but I can only put down to 10. So for me, I'm a kitchen nut. So anything Gordon Ramsay, I watch. Hell's Kitchen, just a competition. Get out. What are you, an idiot sandwich? I love all that. It's the chicken is raw. So Kitchen Nightmares, when he goes around like fixing stuff for people. Bar Rescue with John Taffer, that's another one. Basically same thing, but John Taffer's yelling more. Restaurant Impossible, I forget the chef's name. Robert Irvine, there you go. But he would go around fixing stuff, and making menus and all that. And this dude's like a buff ass, European dude. Okay, some guilty pleasures. Flavor of Love. It had Flavor Flav on a dating show, and it brought out the worst of people. But Hoops was in there, and then New York and Pumpkin, all these women trying to date a smelly Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. That led to I Love New York, where she had her own dating show, and Chance and all the other guys. Just look on VH1 for, if you want to go back in time. MTV Cribs. This is, I don't know if it was reality because a lot of people said it was fake. It was other people's houses, and they put cars in there and other stuff. So maybe the cars were fake, not theirs, but the houses were certainly theirs. The funny thing, we mentioned Method Man, but Redman had a funny one because he hardly had anything in his freezer or refrigerator, and he had like a little, I think, studio apartment, and just had like nothing in it. And they actually went on with the MTV Cribs show. But I was so amazed back then of what these celebrities had in their house. It was crazy. All right, Hard Knocks on HBO. It went behind the scenes of training camp with the NFL football team, and now they do in season with the AFC North. So that's like the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and that was a fun season this year as well. In season was something. So I love seeing that behind the scenes. Not everybody does it from social media. All right. The Hills / Laguna Beach. I think you put both together with that way. It was just a funny, show. Not funny, but it was just a life I think I wanted, but can never have. But it was just dramatized a lot. And then I'll put this together. Blind Date was a show hosted by Roger Lodge. You had like two strangers go on a blind date, of course, and they film it all, where they go to eat, where they go to do activities, and see if they meet again. So that was fun to me. And then Cheaters. It's funny how those two went from one to another. Cheaters, I love that show. When they had Joey Greco as a host, especially, it was probably fake, but the way that Joey and the whoever in the relationship would go spy on their partner and then go meet up with them with like 30 people wearing black, 3 cameras, all these lights, and they catch the person that's cheating on whomever, and either a fight would happen, an argument, someone would drive off, or crying would happen. It was just fun to me, and I think it's still on, by the way. How about your reality shows?
It's funny. I sit, while I was doing this list, I'm sitting there going, yeah, I'm not a big reality show person because I try not to be. And then I started making this list. I'm like, okay, maybe I've seen more than I thought. But I've got, Jersey Shore. I've got Double Shot of Love with Pauly D and Vinny from
Hell yeah.
Teen Mom.
Yeah.
Kind of found that interesting.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Hardcore Pawn. Good show. Cops.
I was gonna put that, but I haven't seen it in years. But it was just funny seeing all these like rednecks do their Olympics and try to jump over fences and get caught or whatever. That was just the 90s were the time of it.
And then Catfish.
That, oh my God,
Yep.
that was crazy.
MTV's Catfish.
Oh, yeah.
Jackass.
Of course.
X Factor, which is like American Idol. It played for like 2 years or 3 years.
Yep.
For the United States, and then they end up going to the Great Britain for X Factor or whatever. Fear Factor. America's Funniest Home Videos, and it was the kind that I like Bob Saget in.
Yes.
What they got now, that's it's stupid.
What is now? I've never seen it.
It's known as AFV now, so
Okay.
they shortened it completely, and it's dumb.
You might be a star tonight.
Celebrity Rehab. Well,
Was that on VH1?
Yeah,
I've
VH1
never
Celebrity
seen it.
Rehab and
Okay.
Celebrity Boot Camp. Dustin Diamond was in both of those.
That's right. R.I.P.
And then Scared Straight.
Oh,
Kids get in trouble.
yes.
And their parents have them stay in 24 hours in a jail.
Yes.
And so that way, hopefully, they get scared straight to where they don't cause trouble anymore.
Yep.
Then Total Divas, and for the WWE divas having their own reality show, and Pimp My Ride.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that too.
I heard about that and how they said, and again, it sucks because you think everything was real back then, but with Exhibit, it was really forcing these additions on cars and people that didn't want them.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy. Okay, our actor is Dennis Quaid, and for me, I guess I'll start off with The Rookie. That was him playing a pitcher that turned into a science teacher, I think, and then he went on to pitch for a couple of years with Tampa Bay. Good Texas movie there. Let's see. Any Given Sunday, where he's the old quarterback and Jamie Foxx replaces him, has so many great actors in it, and Cameron Diaz is the owner there. It's a great movie. He's part of that too. The Parent Trap, where he's the dad. Frequency, I swore I've seen that before, where you can get in touch with, like, I think it was the God, I can't remember. I won't even say it. The Day After Tomorrow. I've seen that movie, but I'm trying to remember what he was in that. And then Great Balls of Fire, when he was that singer in the 50s who died in a plane accident. Goodness, I should have looked that up. But Great Balls of Fire. That guy. And then I want to see 2 movies of his. Now, one was American Underdog, and that was the Kurt Warner story, but I heard it sucked, so I don't know if I'll watch it. And then Dennis Quaid played Reagan. That was a movie that came out last year, Ronald Reagan. I kind of want to see that. And then the one about George W. Bush, I kind of want to see that as well. But how about you for Dennis Quaid?
I wanted to tell you that Jerry Lee Lewis was the
Thank
one.
you. My
But anyway, mine, I did G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra. He was General Hawk in that movie. Day After Tomorrow, he was Jack Hall.
Yeah, okay.
The Rookie, he was Jimmy Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Pandorum, he was Peyton. I thought Pandorum was good. My favorite from him is Frequency. Very good movie. He was Frank Sullivan in that movie, and it gives me chills every time I watch it because of how that movie goes on. But yeah, really good movie. My favorite from him in that movie. And then of course The Parent Trap, the one with Lindsay Lohan when he's Nick Parker. So and I haven't watched much more Dennis Quaid movies than that.
Of course, he had to evacuate his house in the fire. I think it was a Palisades fire, I want to say, and the local LA NBC affiliate, a reporter was out there and noticed it was him, and he gave a good, a 10-minute interview as he was trying to pack all this stuff into his little car, and then he drove off. But that's on YouTube if people want to go see that. All right, so Kristen Stewart is the actress of our 10 or less, and she's been in some interesting things. I think the first thing I seen her in was Catch That Kid. That was a good kids movie where they're like agents or whatever, from what I remember. Panic Room, where she was with Jodie Foster, and Forrest Whitaker was, one of the burglars, and that one is a real dramatic one, and both women in that were awesome. Adventureland, that's where I really liked her. She was with, what's that dude's name? Anyway, they help work at an adventure park in the summer. So I think teenagers probably or something, and the whole drama of having a summer job and a summer love. And she's the girl in that. She was great in that. Twilight, I forget her name in that, but I've seen that twice. But Bella, I think it is. But I shouldn't know that. But she was good in that. I mean, yeah, she really blew up with that. The Runaways, where she plays Joan Jett. I still haven't seen that, but I really want to watch all of that. And then I really want to see her in the movie called Spencer. I think it came out in 2021 or 2022, and she plays Princess Diana, and just the behind the scenes of how she felt being portrayed by the royal family. And then Into the Wild was that one movie. I guess she has a part in it, but that's one I've always wanted to see. So what about Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, I'm not a big Kristen Stewart fan because of the fact that the majority of the movies that I know she played in was the movie that I will not watch, and that's Twilight. So I only have a couple from her. Adventureland. She was with Jesse Eisenberg.
Thank you.
And Ryan Reynolds in that movie. But she played M. Lewin in that movie. And the only other movie I've seen her in was Panic Room. So she was Sarah Altman in that movie. But I'm not, like I said, the majority of her movies have been Twilight movies. Not interested in it. Didn't care. So, yeah, only two on my list with her.
All right, so this one was tough. But the shirt right here, you see, I got an Outcast shirt. I finally found one somewhere. But that's our, music in 10 or less. But I think I had 16 of theirs. But my number one is Bombs Over Baghdad, B.O.B. If you ever need to get up and start running or doing something, play that. Prototype is a real laid back song that was on Love Below and Speaker Box. But I love that song. Aliens, ATL Aliens, Elevators, Me and You, Your Cousin and Your Mama Too. Ghetto Music was a song with what's his name, Big Boy and Patti LaBelle. I want to say was in that. That music video is tremendous. Happy Valentine's Day, that's coming up as well. Andre 3000 was great with that song there. International Players Anthem or I Choose You. That song had both of them in there, and just a host of others. Bun B, a lot of Southern rappers. I love that one. Love Hater. I love that one off of The Love Below. Players Ball. That was off the Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music album. That's another song as well there. She Lives in My Lap. That was also on The Love Below for Outkast. She Lives in My Lap. That was another one. Oh, that's one I just said. Excuse me. Rosa Parks. That one was controversial when it came out, from what I heard. But that one is funny, and it's a great song. So fresh, so clean. Love that one as well. Andre 3000 had a song called "Take Off Your Cool." I think it was on the Love Below album with Norah Jones. So that one was really good. The Way You Move, Hey Ya. I just put the ones that everybody knows. I mean, I kind of get sick of hearing those. I know all the words to them, but it's like that's only two that like the big stations ever play. And then The Whole World, I love that song as well. And then I Can't Wait with Sleepy Brown. You could tell I had like 18 songs, and it's impossible to have a favorite 10. I mean, I would really have to go back and listen to them all, but literally I had 18. What about you with Outkast?
I'm not a big Outkast fan. I mean, their songs, Miss Jackson was very,
I forgot about that.
very, very annoying.
I can see that. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I do like 4 songs of theirs, but that's about it. So Fresh, So Clean was kind of annoying to me too. But I have Roses. I have Hey Ya, The Way You Move, and The Whole World. And yeah, like I said, I mean, Outkast wasn't really a big deal for me. They were kind of annoying, especially the 2 other songs that I mentioned that I didn't care for. And I know my younger brother, if he were to see it, he'd laugh because he would play Miss Jackson just to annoy me.
Oh, I can see that.
So if he was watching this, he'd laugh because that would be one of the few songs that he would play just because he knew it was annoying to me. So, like I said, Roses, Hey Ya, The Way You Move, and The Whole World are the only songs I like from them.
There's probably others that I missed too, but yeah. We've had a long show. We're way over the hour mark, but it was good. Of course, we'll miss Chris. But me and him will be on Morning Tailgate, I believe, on Sunday. We'll see if we'll show up then. Your mom has the laughing.
Yeah, she's laughing about it because,
brother.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get out of here, but before we do, any final comments, or what's something we can expect on Between the Ropes on Sunday night?
I have no idea. I've actually been really busy on Sundays, so I haven't really had much of a chance to be on there. But I'm sure they're going to be talking about the Royal Rumble coming up pretty soon. And they'll be talking about, Raw and SmackDown for this past week, which generally they do. And but yeah, I think their big thing right at the moment is actually going to be the Royal Rumble. Coming up, hold on a second, I'm checking it. It's actually coming up Saturday, February 1st. So that's coming up in a couple weeks. Other than that, mostly just what's been going on with Raw and SmackDown this past week.
Yeah, and I'm clueless to it, but course, I'll tune in to get my fill of it for sure. Again, me and Chris and whoever should be on Morning Tailgate, and then we'll start the week off with some more programming. Hopefully, my schedules have changed, so during the week I'll have no opportunities, to do certain shows, and it's unfortunate. But we'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching the Entertainment Hour here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, 5 stars on Facebook if you could, and comment in like Jean did. And thank you to her for doing that. Take care, folks, and we'll see you next time. Later.